Hello again, I am John Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creative Team Career here on the PS5 with Ferrari. Very late tonight. Apologies in advance for that. Yeah, it is time for Baku tonight. We are heading to Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Evening, Daniel. Evening, Wayne. Evening, Comet. Good to see you guys. Evening, Esparza. Yeah, very late. Overslept. I needed to take a nap. I was just really, really tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And I set 3 alarms and I went straight through all 3 of them. So apologies. I woke up about 5 minutes ago and panic set in when I realised what time it was. So yeah, we'll try and plough through as quickly as we can when it gets to practice. We are ready for Baku. We're going to go pretty much straight into it, I think. I just want to quickly double check. We've got no new parts, have we? Not yet. No. Let me check that we've got the most up-to-date parts on the car. It's usually in situations like this where I have meant to do something and I forget because I'm panicky and rushing. There we go. So both cars running the same spec. Looking at the performance, it's not looking too bad. I mean, it could be better. We know we're a little bit short on speed. DRS is still really bad, unfortunately. But we have 4 new parts on the way, as you can see. Some are just a week away. The rear wing is 3 and a bit weeks away. It's about 3.5 weeks away. But we will have, I hope, all of these parts in time for COTA. Let's have a quick look. We've got Singapore to get through on Monday. And then COTA is 35 days away. So we'll have 2 more Grand Prix, including tonight's race, without new parts. And then we will have 4 new parts going on the car when we head to Austin. So hoping for a nice big step forward in performance. I do desperately want to win a race this season. So, yeah. Let's see, we've got 3 mil in the bank. We need to hang on to that. So let's set some targets. We are looking at 15th as a target for Fudo. That should be easy. And 18th for Zhou. Let's go to Baku.
Greetings from Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. The spectacular Baku city circuit will take drivers right through the city streets, from the narrow roads of the old town to the wide highway alongside the Caspian Sea, where cars will be fighting wheel to wheel this weekend.
Taking a look at the top of the constructors' standings, we've got a team that's starting to pull away. And as we progress with round 17, we're well past the halfway point of the season.
Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Okay, so let's get this car tuned as quickly as we can. Once again, we are going to put Gabriele Mini in the car. We'll save the hards, so we'll put him onto a set of mediums. Baku is a long, slow lap, so it's normally about 15 laps if you want to do 2 separate runs. So we are going to go with 22 laps of fuel, and that's probably a little more than we need, but yeah, covering ourselves. Let's swap out some parts. We want to go with that engine and that ERS, and I think yeah, we'll go with that gearbox. There we go. Right, moving over to Joe's car. Not going to give Arvid a run tonight. So we'll start sorting out parts. Go with that engine. And that ERS. And that gearbox. Okay, so it's only a 6% difference. That's mainly down to, I think, the fact that we've been replacing Fudo pretty much all season with our reserves. So Joe's barely been out of the car. So we've put more miles on this engine in car 1 through extra running in practice 2 to make up for the lack of running in practice 1 when Fudo gets back in. Let's get our car set up. So rear wing is going to be 10 and a half, something like that. I'm going to start on this car with a 10 and a half. I think actually that's a bit of a gap. Let's bring the front wing down. We're looking probably in the range of 1 to 2, maybe 2.5 on the front wing. Let's start with a 2. We'll go 10 and a half. We'll go 3.7 on the roll bar. We'll bring the camber right down to about there, and we'll push the toe up a bit more to there. And then for Joe's car, we want to do something similar, but a little bit different, just to hedge our bets. We'll go with a 1.5 on the front, and we'll go with a 10 on the rear. We'll go out to a 2.8, and then we'll drop that down to a 3, and we'll push that all the way up to a 1. And we want to overfuel here as well. We're going to go with 22 laps again, should be fine. Drop those down, and then we are ready to send them out.
Okay, Joe, green light.
Evening, Army.
Radio check.
How am I? A little tired because I'm still waking up, but other than that, I'm good. How about yourself? So I have seen the sprint quali results, and I watched the little highlight video on YouTube about it from the F1 channel. So do feel free to discuss the sprint quali results if you wish. If anyone hasn't seen them yet or doesn't want spoilers, let me know in the chat now, and we'll put the kibosh on that straight away. And we'll wait until Monday before we dissect anything. Yeah, too late. Pretty much. So yeah, wow. Hamilton is washed. Is a comment that I saw a lot of, even in my own live stream on Monday. It's
Right then,
not looking
take a
quite
look
so
now.
much like he's
Now
washed
we're
now, is
approaching
it?
Turn 2. And ends up making contact with the barrier.
Right, we have had a crash there from O'Sullivan, once again wrecking another car. We've got 84% feedback from Joe. We need a little bit more from Minnie. 87%. No, it's not bad. It's not bad. He felt it was a real screw you to all the people who thought McLaren were going to be untouchable in the drive. Well, both the McLaren and the Ferrari were a little bit peaky. They definitely were a bit of a handful. And you could see that with the way that Ferrari's pace dropped away a little bit in Q2 and how how much of a struggle it was for McLaren in qualifying as well. But they do have very, very strong pace. Probably stronger than Ferrari. They are still favourites to win the sprint, or at least Oscar is, anyway, starting in P3. A little bit harder for Norris, starting down in P6. But I would not be at all surprised to see Piastri go flying past Hamilton and Verstappen pretty early on in the sprint. So we shall see. Grip levels are different. Yes, the circuit has been resurfaced, so that is supposedly going to give more, a little bit more grip in some cases, but it's also means it's a green circuit. It's not got a lot of rubber on it, so it will be a little abrasive, to start with. There will be a lack of grip. That might be another reason that we saw some struggles from both Ferrari and McLaren. Until that track rubbers in over the weekend, it could be a very different story in the Grand Prix itself, but the sprint could be quite interesting for that. And then with all the rubber going down from the sprint and then qualifying after that, it'll be in better condition for the race, but definitely smoother. That will have helped with the ride quality for the drivers, if nothing else. Probably help them keep their car in pretty healthy chance of staying in the window as well. All right, let's call Mini in. If we're lucky enough, Joe is at 43%. Yeah, let's call him in as well. I always wondered if it was the ground effect era that made Hamilton so weak in qualifying. Maybe it really was just the car. I think a bit of both. Hamilton has really never had the confidence in the Mercedes because it's never been particularly good, which has had that knock-on effect on his ability to actually drive well. So I think it's probably a combination of the two. I think, he has certainly not enjoyed the ground force regulations, and the older you are and the more time you spent doing something, the harder it is to adapt to quite a dramatic change in behavior. I'm a walking example of that. So I can very much see how it would have been very hard for him to adapt. But when you can't trust the car as well, that makes that process so much more complicated than it needs to be. How do you know if it's you or if it's the car, that's struggling, if the car is erratic? And sometimes it makes it seem like it's in sync and it works beautifully, and other times it's just a complete mess and you don't know, is it you? Have you lost a little bit of an edge when it comes to actually getting the car set up? Is it more of a kind of an issue with the car itself just not working, but Alonso last 8 podiums in ground effect regulations. Yeah, but Aston had what was probably one of the, it was the second quickest car at that period of time that worked really, really well. When has the Mercedes ever really done that? I mean, it's had a couple of occasional moments. I mean, we saw a couple of wins last year for the team, but I mean, that was like the third or fourth year of the ground effect regulations, and yeah, it didn't work, did it? So, and also, let's not forget, Alonso is a driver that spent time away from the sport, is constantly go-karting, so is probably getting more of a feel for conditions like that. So that's probably an easier transition for him. Well, let's not forget Spa as well. They were very good in Spa. Do I think that Lewis will win races at Ferrari when he gets more use of the car? If the car is consistent, yes. I think he will have a chance to win races. I think it's still a little early. I know one of the things that Hamilton said after qualifying was that he wanted to take more of the lead in choosing how to get the car set up a bit. He relied very much on Ferrari in Australia, and he said he wanted to take more of the initiative himself with setup choices today. Whether that's the sole reason or not is up for debate, but I think that may have contributed to him being a bit faster and a bit more comfortable with the car today. But yeah, it still needs a little bit of work, that Ferrari. I still think McLaren have very much got the edge, and yeah, we'll have to see. And you can never discount Verstappen. Give him any kind of opportunity and he will have a sniff. We have a fault for Oscar here.
Looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
Yeah, I mean, there have been a few instances for Mercedes, a few false dawns. I mean, they have Brazil in 22 as well. No, was it 22? Yeah, it is. Why are my drivers always in the bottom in practice sims? Because I tell them to... I put old practice parts in. I tell them to avoid curbs and to drive in clean air, which slows them down. I tend to put quite a big fuel load in, so instead of doing short runs, I do runs that are a little bit longer. And I generally have the slow tires on, the hard tires. It's no surprise that I'm always at the bottom, because I'm deliberately not paying any attention to how well the car is driving around the circuit. It's all about getting the setup right. That's what the practice sessions are for. If the car is quick, it's going to be quick. Going fast in practice doesn't increase your chances of being quick in the Grand Prix. It just increases your chances of putting it in the wall in practice. Evening, Victor. All right, so we've made some changes. Let's get Fudo running for 25 laps. he'll have the hard tyres in this session. I'm going to go with 18 laps of fuel for show. He'll be on the mediums.
Okay, green.
Send Joe out first, and you can see I'm running in the lowest possible pace settings. ERS is in harvest to reduce the wear and tear on that individual component. Running in low fuel mode, so if I need to extend the stint, I can do by keeping them out of it. And then protecting the tyres so that I can run them long, and all of that has a big impact on pace. And then I tell them to do that and do that.
Try to cool the engine. Copy.
And combine that with engine parts that are, well, shall we say, a little bit trashed. It's no surprise that we end up at the bottom of the timings.
Now I think yes, it's Carlos Sainz.
Oh,
Let's
we
see
have
what
had a
happened
crash.
there.
Carlos
Here we
is
are then,
out.
looking at turn 12.
Oh, speaking of crashes,
Oh, and there wasn't a lot that could be done to avoid
I have
crashing
actually
into the barrier.
tested.
I imagine
They
their confidence
They
will
have
taken a
fixed
knock.
the pass-through barrier. The barrier that isn't a barrier is now a barrier again. We're actually getting right there now. That barrier there, where if you crashed, you would go straight through that barrier onto the opposite side of the track. That has now been fixed because I ran a Baku race on my other save file earlier today, and we had a crash there, and the cars pinballed between those two barriers, so didn't go through. Looking good. Not looking good for second driver at Red Bull. Yeah, no, not a good start for Lawson at all. I can see him getting dropped at some point this season. Well, has it ever looked good for a second driver in a Red Bull since 21? This is true. Evening, Packins. I would argue since before then. I mean, when was it? Was it 17, 18 that Ricciardo left? Because before Perez was Albon, before that was Gasly, before that was Fiat.
VSC ending. Copy. Okay, red flag, red flag.
Oh, there you go. You see? Oh, wow. Piastri's been caught up in that.
Here's the replay. So here we are following the Alpine. The car makes contact.
Oh.
They do need to be careful in these practice
Chaos.
sessions.
Yeah, this could be really bad. Why do they put Ricciardo back in that car? Because Ricciardo hasn't got the pace anymore.
Watching their hopes crumble away.
If they truly believed Ricciardo would be a good would perform well, they would have put him in the car. They wouldn't have given it to Lawson. The fact that Ricciardo is out of a job completely speaks volumes about their faith in him, which is even lower than their faith in Yuki Tsunoda. You walked away for a minute and there's a red flag. What happened? Van Dorn went into the wall that's been fixed and pinballed off the wall and caught Piastri and did some damage to Piastri. I don't know if we'll see Piastri again this session, but he is still in, I think. And then yeah, that will be probably it might be a penalty for Van Dorn. I don't know. We'll have to see if one gets allocated out. Prediction for this race weekend. What's my top three? I think it's going to be McLaren. I don't know about the race. Oh, did they just say no penalties? Okay, thank you. I would say Piastri's got a good chance in the sprint. Got to imagine that Norris will be a bit more on form in main qualifying, so could be a toss-up between the two in the race. And then I don't know, maybe Hamilton will get the podium. Well, it's not really a podium, but get third in the sprint. It could be anybody. It could be Max. It could be. It's going to be. I think realistically, I think we're looking in the. We're looking at for the Grand Prix, probably a McLaren 1-2, and then anyone from Hamilton, Leclerc, and Verstappen. You know, for P3, I think. Sprint is a little bit different. It's only 19 laps. We'll have to see. Well, that is excellent. We have got that car to a 100% setup. And that's at 98%. Oh, lovely stuff. So just a couple of clicks of toe. We'll get that where it needs to be. You predict it will definitely be one of the drivers. Yes. I believe it will be a Formula One driver that wins, this weekend in a Formula One car. And this is where a safety car comes out and crosses the line first at the end of the Grand Prix. Yeah, Bernd Mailander's going to win the Grand Prix. Do I see anyone fighting McLaren in late? Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's early days. We've had one race, and we haven't even had the second one yet. Haven't even had main qualifying for the second one yet. So it's way too early to say that this is it. It's all over. Doom and gloom. We do have one more session to go. Evening, Farah. We're going to go a little over on the fuel on this one, just to be on the safe side. And then 15 laps will be fine. I just need a couple of laps.
Okay, green light.
All right, for one lap, I'll show you the difference between Fudo running in conserve mode against Joe running in normal mode. You'll see the difference in lap times. Also, don't forget, there's an extra 10 laps of fuel in Fudo's car. And this is still with damaged engine parts. There you go, 3.5 seconds difference.
Copy. Suggest a small lift up. Copy.
Oh, I knew you would, Farah. I knew you would. There we go. Still need to run a bit longer. Definitely lost a bit of time. Thanks to the red flag in practice 2. We've developed a fault. It's the gearbox. Well, it won't be getting used after today. Another red flag. It's a Mercedes. It's not Science, it's Sergeant this time. And that's ended the session early. It would have taken too long to get it back up and running again. So, not an ideal amount of prep for GE there. Just fell a little bit short. At least we got the car set up 100%. So, Joe is right back onto that cusp of, well, actually quite comfortably, I'm looking at the wrong thing. He's quite comfortably back into the very high again.
Welcome everyone to qualifying. This should be a good one.
Remember, we lose the slowest 5 drivers at the end of Q1, another 5 at the end of Q2, and Q3 will set the top 10 positions.
Now we see Sauber's driver there, Karun. How do you think they'll be feeling?
Well, Crofty, here is a driver who's just oozing confidence right now. We could see the impact it's having, and I'm sure that'll carry through to qualifying.
So get yourselves comfortable. It's going to be quite the ride.
All right, we've got some parts to swap over. Go back to that engine for the circuit. And we'll go there. All right, cars are set. We've got soft tyres on. Let's start quali.
Green light.
Stroll popping out right behind me. That's not ideal. And now I've popped out right behind Albon. That's not ideal either because Albon is slow. Already a rough start to qualifying. And then we've got George popping out in front of me as well. Luckily, he should get out of the way pretty quickly. Nope. Delay for Joe. And now he might get in the way here. Potentially at turn 3. Slightly compromised, but not too bad. This is where Albon in front of us is going to cause us problems. We're now limited to his pace, which won't be great. Managed to get through. That's good. At least we're not trying to find a way through these couple of corners here, because that means almost certainly a trip into the wall.
Over the line. Oh, charge.
Stroll is slightly quicker than us. Less than a tenth separating the top 3 so far. Oh, well, that's a red flag. That's a Red Bull off at turn 2.
Now look, here we head into turn 2.
It's Nagel.
Oh, that's where they hit the wall.
I had a feeling it would be, but I couldn't be 100% certain because, you know, this track can bite everybody, not just the really rubbish drivers. So that's our third red flag of the weekend. One in practice 2, one in practice 3, and now one in Q1. How much slower than Oscar are we going to be hit? Pretty slow. Not horrendously bad. not as quick as we need to be. This is probably going to be it for us for this session, this run here. Max pops up to P2. Oscar goes top by 4/10. That's not bad. We are, what, 10th and a half away from Porsche's time. Quicker than Max. That's not bad at all. Oh, immediately we're down to 7th and 8th before we even get back to the pits. So just 5 cars to join Nagel in the elimination zone. Both Mercedes are there right now. So's Gasly. Could get a nice slipstream here. Potentially. Nope. He probably got held up by Porsche diving into the pits a little bit there, but he has been slow compared to Max this season. It was a lot closer last year. So he's out. Along with Perez, Ocon, Van Dorn, and Albon. I said Albon would be slow. Right, let's put the scrubs on. Send them out again. Start of the session.
Okay, green light.
Oh, we've got a fault developing for Oscar.
But the car's definitely not happy.
I wonder if that's a result of that shunt into the wall when he was tagged.
Try to push a bit more into the...
142.2.
Okay.
2.5 tenths slower for Fuji. And we're only a couple, 2.5 tenths away from Antonelli. Quicker than Oscar. Leclerc's gone top now. Let's put on a set of brand new tyres. Let's go out now while the track should hopefully be a little bit quieter. Out comes Sonoda, I think. Or was that Stroll? No, it's Stroll. Right. Fudo gets through. Hopefully Zhou will catch him comfortably on the run to turn 3. Need to catch him on the straight before the braking zone. And we don't. Damn, that's going to compromise us through the next couple of corners. And we get him before the end of the sector. Yes, he pulls over. There we go. That's good. So, no improvement for Fuji. Zhou has improved and now goes into peak confidence. Once again, this is going to be our final run of the session. So, needs to be a good time, especially for Fuji. Zhou is hopefully safe. Still no improvement. It's a little bit of a worry. No improvement for Fudo. Joe rockets up to second.
We need a fast.
There is time to be found, and I think we're going to say goodbye to Fudo in this session. But what a good qualifying so far for Joe. There we go. Been knocked out. 5th place. So we have made the top 10 shootout. We will try our best. Actually, I don't need to go like that. We've got plenty of sets of tyres. Yeah, we'll try our best to get Joe as close to the front as we can.
Two, one, green at the moment.
And we'll start by trying to get a little bit of a toe
Tires will be fine.
from Charles.
At the moment, all clear. We are ready, mode push.
We're really lucky we'll pick up a distant toe here. Might be just a little bit too far away. And we probably won't stay close enough through the middle sector. Yeah, we are slower. Goes Kimmy. Leclerc's way too far ahead now. Antonelli has gone purple in the middle. And Leclerc is still, after that, everyone sets their first sector. Leclerc is still quickest in that first sector. Let's take a look at the time. We're only 3/10 away. Well, 4/10 away now, thanks to Antonelli, but it's not horrible. We've got a better run than Max did. Brand new set of tyres. I probably want to see if I can get out behind Sonoda or Porsche. Go out behind Max. Let's go out behind Max.
Work on tires. Okay.
Oh, no, no, no.
I'm getting hold up here.
Ah,
Copy, we notice.
compromise there. Thank you, Stroll. If we're going to find any improvement, it's likely to be from about here onwards. Second split coming up at the bottom of the hill. No improvement. And we're not close enough to get the slipstream either. Okay, so we might go backwards here in quali. Max improves to P3.
At the moment, we are P6 on charge, and the box is done. Copy.
And Piastri has taken pole position from Teo Porcher. Antonelli will start in P3. Yuki Tsunoda up in P4. Charlie's only P5. Max P6. Then it's Lando in 7th. We are in 8th. Then it's Stroll 9th and Sargent in 10th.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder?
Well, we've had 3 red flags
Drivers
already
will be
this
battling
weekend,
it
so
out on
maybe.
the streets of the Baku City Circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Right, I am going to try and do a 1-stop here. And I am going to take some fuel out of the car. I'm going to take 2 laps out, and I'm going to push the fuel as well. Like I said, we've had a couple of red flags already. It ought to be a clean race with no incidents whatsoever now. Force us into some fuel saving. Going to be 4 kilos under fuel plus however much we burn off in the opening laps. Let's send them to the grid for the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. Zhou Guanyu will know exactly what's expected of him in this race.
An encouraging grid position as they sit in P8. Lots to build on during the race if they manage it well.
But just what will happen here, your guess is as good as mine. This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Can we expect some carnage? I wonder. Got a mixture of tyres in the top 10. Most of the bottom half of the grid on softs, apart from Lawson. Norris, Verstappen, Porsche on softs. Leclerc on hards, everyone else on the mediums. And we have gained a place. Up into P7. I think Fudo's gained a place as well. Well, maybe not. And Leclerc is going to be the choke point here. It's going to hold a few cars up, at least in these opening couple of laps on those hard tyres. This could allow the top three to just sprint away a little bit.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Every time Farah wishes me good luck, can't help but think of the Great Escape. You can see a German flag popping up on my screen with the words good luck. And it's like, if I respond to this, it's going to be shit. Run! If you haven't seen The Great Escape, you owe it to yourself to see it. It's one of the best films ever. It's just a classic.
Behind Norris.
Very over-Americanized, but still a great film. There's that fault for Oscar again.
But there! Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
We are squabbling here with Max. We have to yield.
Joe, keep focusing on our race. It's still longer, everything can happen.
Chance to throw it up the inside, and that is us past Sargent. Can we get onto Norris's DRS before the end of the lap? I hope so. Max has dropped away from Charles, who's now getting a nice little slipstream from Sonoda. And now, depending on what the fault is for Oscar, he could become the choke point that holds everyone else up behind. Max is going to be vulnerable here. We should breeze past him, hopefully, on the straight. That DRS will open. There we go. There's peak confidence now for Joe. Max may well try and get back in front of us on the run to turn 3. In fact, yeah, he's going to absolutely go flying back past us. Let's see what that fault is for Oscar. It's his engine. Not a good circuit to have engine problems. Sargent gets back in front of Fuji as well.
More charge. Overtake available.
So another couple of laps and then we'll turn the fuel down a little bit.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Sargent actually making some moves going forward, gets past Norris.
Overtake available.
Once again, just having to give up the corner because of that soft tyre grip that Max has. Still hanging on in there.
Do your best there, Joe. Stroll behind. Is 2 seconds from you. No problem, no problem.
Now we've got Stroll bearing down on us.
Lift off.
So Antonelli has broken clear at the front. And now he's got a fault.
And as far as we can tell, they've got a fault with the car.
And no help from Crofty to identify what that fault is. We'll get the DRS off Max again here.
Keep focus on our race. The Stroll straight behind. More charge.
And this time, I'm determined to hold. See if I can get onto the back of Leclerc. Oh, he's going to just push me wide again, isn't he? Ah.
Close the gap.
No, we're not going to catch Leclerc. Not this lap. We are out of the battery.
More charge, more charge. Overtake
If
available.
I'm really lucky, I might drop Max.
More
But I don't think I will. Nope, I'm not going to drop him.
Use overtake. More charge, more charge. Yeah, now priority one is the lift off job.
And what is the problem with Antonelli's car? Also engine. That might rein the Cadillacs in a little bit. Maybe this race will give us a sniff of a victory chance. Who knows? If Leclerc can weather the storm of these opening laps being on those hard tyres, his pace will pick up as this stint progresses in relation to everyone else, and then he'll have a set of softs at the end and he'll be quick. And we have a yellow flag.
More charge.
Van Dorn
There's
has
been a crash.
hit the wall.
Now this is turn 6. There! That's the moment of impact. And the car leaving a bit of paint
No
on that
VSC
barrier.
needed for
And
that.
that won't do their confidence any good.
Won't do his front wing any good either, or his suspension, or his
And you
chassis.
can just feel the frustration from the team watching.
I am quite happy to push the tyres at random intervals like this because I think we can get... Wow, we have definitely been dropped. I think we can get an undercut and then just protect the softs. And I think that'll do us very nicely indeed.
Use overtake.
So I am prepared to be a little bit more aggressive with our tyres in this stint. We've got ourselves boxed in here behind Norris. Can we get the pair of them? Or can we at least get through past Sargent?
I couldn't go much faster.
Okay, do your best there. Norris behind.
There we go.
Charge.
I'm trying my...
Try to do your best, Jodar.
Not been the best start for us. I mean, Fuji's gained a place or two. Joe has gone backwards slightly overall. We are getting the slower tyre out of the way to start with. As Max gets past Charles. And I got past Norris without even realising. And that's going to leave me vulnerable down this straight. Fault for Nagel.
Okay, more push, more push.
Oh, I really want those upgrades. Gotta wait another race after this one. Yes. Torture. There is pace to be unlocked in this car. It's always the most frustrating thing when you're tantalisingly close to the pace that you're trying to achieve and just falling short. That's where we are right now.
More charge, more charge.
Right, he'll be just about to break Stroll. I think he might have snuck back in again.
Copy.
Yeah, he did. He's going to have a lunge.
More charge, more charge.
Get ourselves past Norris. We're only a couple of seconds away from our teammate here. see if we can get onto him.
Impossible to overtake.
Do your best, man. More charge, more charge.
There we go. Got our drivers together. They're both in peak confidence.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Let's start to do a little bit of fuel saving. We are already 20% of the way through this race. And that's a lot of fuel to save. Check in with the faults on the front two of the front three. Engine temp still under control. Still with that fault there for Piastri. Antonelli also in decent shape, all things considered.
You need the mode charge, more charge. More charge, more charge.
With both Cadillacs walking wounded, there is a chance for Porsche and maybe even Yuki to get on the podium today. Oh, there we go. That is Leclerc into the barrier.
That's not looking good for Charles Leclerc. Let's take a closer look. And it was involving Leclerc this time. Oh, and the car with a nasty crash into the barrier. And that won't do the
Sounded
car
worse than
any
it
good
looked.
at all.
He will have some minor damage, but I don't think he's got too much done. Oh, he's got missing end plate down on his wing. Took a nibble out of his tyres, potentially. But once again, no VSC, and he has held position ahead of us. So he's only lost out to Stroll.
More charge.
Copy.
More charge, more charge.
Copy.
Okay, more charge, more charge.
Copy.
And we've actually been dropped because I wasn't paying attention enough.
Try to do your best with the lift off at the moment.
Copy. Pulls me off the track.
Copy, Joe, we saw you. Okay, all charge. More charge.
All right.
Tires update.
Tire looks quite good at the moment.
Don't really have a lot of battery in the car at the moment. Fuji. Prefer not to burn it all out here, but Leclerc and Stroll have caught back up to max. We might have to burn that fuel, burn that battery. Oh, and Teo's into the pits already. That is not expected. So, getting off those soft tyres. He goes for another set of soft. It's a 2-stop. Hards will go to the end. So, potential 1-stop here for Teo.
Overtake available.
And he'll feed out in 10th place. And he's 18 seconds off. So we need about 18 seconds for a pit stop. 19 seconds, that kind of window. About 18 seconds, I think it is. That's not horrendous. Yeah, Leclerc probably only has minor wing damage. I doubt he's done any other damage to his car. And you can see that his pace has picked back up again. He's left Stroll behind.
More charge. Full overtake available.
Oh, lovely. Stroll develops a fault.
Engine feels quite down.
See if I can get him into braking here at the Castle Chicane. Yes. There we go.
Okay, Joe, you can move charge. No overtake.
All right. Let's let Fuji take the lead. This little two-car train of ours.
More charge. Okay, more charge, more charge.
And we'll see if we can start to push the pace a little bit. Norris has
Try
got
to
through on
recover
Stroll as well.
his, rhythm that was looking fine.
Piastri's fault has escalated. Could be a very difficult Grand Prix for him. He might not finish it.
More charge, more charge.
And Norris is in.
Overtake available.
Little delay waiting for Sargent to go through there.
Mode charge, mode charge.
We are starting to make inroads on Max, very slightly. Couple of tenths here and there.
Mode charge, mode charge.
Oh, Max and Charles both diving into the pits here.
More charge, more charge.
That's a bad stop because he's changing that front wing. Max, meanwhile, is in and out on a set of mediums. They can go to the end. Leclerc's going to stop again. So Leclerc on a similar strategy to us. Actually, no, Leclerc's on a 2-stop. I don't know if that's going to be the right strategy. As Nagos, that's a new fastest lap. A 147.7. And we are currently 3rd and 4th. And we are pulling away from Stroll as well, which is nice. And now that the fastest lap has moved away from Antonelli, we can see his fault clearly. Piastri's now a ticking time bomb in terms of his engine, and Antonelli isn't in much better shape. And there we go, Antonelli's engine goes orange as well. So could Cadillac have a double retirement here?
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Oscar's in. What tire does he go on to? Let's have a look. Softs. I think he's 2-stopping. It's a good stop. Lawson's in as well. Not worried about Lawson. And we took a second out of Kimi on that last lap.
More charge, more charge. We can try to catch up.
So Oscar's only 4 seconds behind us. How quickly is he going to try and catch us up? And can we put some extra strain on his engine with some dirty air before we box? Or before he gets past us, I wonder. Porsche's right behind him, so we'll be keeping him company. Oscar's flying onto the back of us, look.
More charge.
And there goes Stroll into the pits. We are now getting into 1-stop territory. But not for Stroll. That's a definite 2-stop. He has to change his tyres to another compound again. And Oscar is right there, look. There is Teo lurking. Oscar thinking about a little lunge. Thinking better of it. And Kimi is in. So we are going to be very briefly, potentially, promoted to the lead. Yeah, we did briefly hit the lead. That was a good stop.
Wait, you don't have enough speed.
No problem, no problem.
Antonelli, 13 seconds behind us. I didn't even see what tyres he went on to. What's he gone? Softs. Could go to the end. Might be two stopping. Has left us behind.
Tires update.
Exactly more now than before.
Tires still in pretty good shape, as you can see. Got a little bit of reserve left in them.
How's the tire, you think? Wait, you don't have enough speed.
I know, Joe. I know we don't have enough speed.
More charge, more charge.
So Van Dorn is almost certainly going to get lapped at some point in this Grand Prix. We are about 5 laps away from the halfway point. And given that a lot of people seem to be on the
You need a mode charge, more charge.
potentially on the 2-stop, we might not even have a shout at the fastest lap tonight. We are probably going to see a couple of late soft tyre stops at the back end of this Grand Prix, and then some blisteringly quick laps. We are going to try and get the fastest lap. That bonus point could be vital for us, but not holding out a huge amount of hope of being able to keep it if we do get it.
More charge. More charge, more charge.
Well, I think 2.5 seconds nearly slower than Oscar right now. Stroll's fault has also gone orange. I think that was engine issues for him as well, wasn't it? Yes, it is. Engine temps are fine though, 92%. Or 92 degrees, sorry. Gasly has developed a fault.
Just let me know if everything is okay with the engine.
So it looks like quite a few drivers are going to have engine issues today. Will any of them be terminal? Right, we're going to box Fuji at the end of the next lap. And then we'll go one more lap with Zhou.
But it looks like they're...
Fault for the other Red Bull.
Boxes lap, boxes lap.
Coming to the pit lane.
Porsche is currently boxed in behind us. This is doing Oscar a power of good, giving him an opportunity to try and build a lead. It's up to 8 seconds now. And once we've made our pit stop, we'll be about 26, 27, 28 seconds behind him. He may well be stopping again. And Porsche finally catches us out because I stayed in harvest a little bit too long there.
Don't forget the lift off.
And he gets the move done on Fuji as well. Which will give us DRS, although we're boxing, so I don't think it'll even open. Oh, it does briefly. There we go. That's Fuji into the pits. Let's have a good stop, please, boys. Yeah, it's not a good stop. 2-0. Going to come out behind Norris, just ahead of Ocon. And yeah, this is what I was saying. 3 red flags in the build-up through the weekend. We're not going to get anything here in the Grand Prix until I've got that fuel down to pretty much 0, and then all of a sudden we'll get like a red flag and dump an extra 4 or 5 kilos on the car again. I am a little concerned about that large group of traffic behind Fuji and where Zhou's going to fit in. Iwasa gets a fault.
But the car's definitely not happy.
Is that engine as well, I wonder?
Really?
Into the pits then for Zhou for his one and only planned stop. We're just short of the halfway point. Here comes that wall of traffic. 1.992. It's okay. I would have preferred
You
something
will
quicker than that.
lock on at the exit of pit lane.
And we will just about get out ahead of that traffic there. That's worked out reasonably well for us.
At the moment we are P10.
A combination of fuel saving
Sergeant
and cool tyres is not going to help us on this lap. And Sargent does finally complete that move. But at least we're not at the back of this train. That would be pretty awful. Fault for Stoffel.
But there! Oh.
And again, Crofty doesn't want to tell us what it is. You are useless today, David Croft. Fuji's finally got his tyres up to temp. Need to get past Sargent here.
Tires okay.
That's going to be tricky. Oh, he didn't have the DRS. I thought he did. Okay, that makes things a little easier. There we go.
Gonna try my best.
You are doing a good job. Overtake available.
From this point on, I am going to try and resist the temptation to look at tyres. Let's see if we do get a bit of a surprise of a two-stop or one-stop.
Okay, mode charge.
We'll make this our fastest lap attempt.
Overtake available. Try to close the gap with the car ahead.
Or 45.4. That's nice, but it's not anywhere near safe. This lap will be quicker.
See you later.
Good job.
Oh, we got a safety car. Okay, well that sorts out the fuel issue, but this also means that we are potentially about to get screwed with pit stops. Oh, yeah, heavy impact for Carlos.
So unlucky.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
So everybody has stopped once. Those that were going to two-stop, it's probably way too early for them to do that at an optimal strategy. So we might see people boxing and putting on mediums or even hards. Depends if they've got any good softs left. Let's see if anyone boxes.
Which position are we at the minute?
At the moment we are P9. Norris in front. Behind there is Ocon.
Here comes Oscar. And he does box. Iwasa's fault escalates.
And as far as we can tell...
So this is for another set of softs. Yeah, maybe given the number of laps left, we might see a lot of people going on to softs. So I think that has just put paid to any chance we had of winning. A lot of people are diving in. Everyone in front of us is diving in. Mediums there for Teo. Hards for Max. Mediums for Charles.
And what's that?
Softs for Antonelli. And we have gained track position on a couple of cars. We're up to third behind Verstappen. Oh, damn it, couldn't quite get there. Zhou has missed out to Tsunoda and Pourchaire, but is ahead of Leclerc and Antonelli. Seeing more stops further down the order. So, seeing that everyone is stopping, let's take a look at the compounds. There we go. So we're at a slight disadvantage in terms of wear rate. Van Dorn somehow avoided being lapped, but if we wait for him to join the queue, we're going to be behind the safety car for a while. He might not get the chance to close up. We are in the safety car queue here on lap 28. And Stoffel, as we are approaching the end of the second sector, Stoffel just crosses the line to start lap 28 now. So he's a fair way behind. Try and get a few thumbnail options while we're behind the safety car. Fuel is now sorted out, so anything else we get now is a bonus. we go. That should be enough options for the thumbnail. Let's take a look at engine temps. So Oscar's engine temp 109. It's not ideal, but it's not going to break the car. Antonelli's engine's fine. Look at that, 90 degrees. Definitely more of a problem for Oscar. Who else in the front runners has an issue? Stroll is now in real trouble. He's unlikely to get a strong points finish now. And we're still over a full sector ahead of Stoffel. He's got the gap down to a minute. This might be the last lap of the safety car. As he ends sector 2 finally. Take another look at Oscar's car. Engine temp up to 111. It's not ideal. He's in dangerous territory. His temperatures could start to spike. 92 for Antonelli. He's still looking okay. I think of the two drivers, I would say it's more likely that Piastri is going to retire with an engine failure than Antonelli. Van Darne's almost caught up now. 15 seconds behind on the road. Obviously going quicker than we are in the train. Let's see, do the safety car lights go out at the bottom of the hill? Yes, they do. So safety car is coming in at the end of this lap.
Okay, Joe, no management, no management.
And there we go, Piastri starts to break away. Everyone now starts getting up to speed. someone's in the wall behind us. That's Yuki, I think.
Now is that Yuki Tsunoda?
We managed to avoid him. He is up and running again. We've had another crash. It's suddenly all kicking off here. Oh. Oh dear, oh dear.
And clearly they're not whatever.
But that's a big gap that's opened up between Fuji and Zhou. Thanks to Tsunoda's little incident there.
In front there is Tsunoda. Keep focus on your race now. DRS enabled.
And there goes Yuki into the pits. We a new wing and then a set of soft tyres probably. Valtteri has that penalty. He's staying out though, so we'll probably have to just get that added on to his time at the end.
Okay, do your best there.
Away he goes. Leclerc got ahead of me. And we got ahead of Porsche again, closing back in on Verstappen. Piastri is trying to break away. I think Max is probably just saving his battery initially.
Do your best.
Engine temp up to 115 across the line. We could be about to witness an impending failure. Through goes Fuji. Zhou also looking to put the moves on Charles Leclerc. That gap's gone up to 6.5 seconds now. And Leclerc does not want to let us through.
So focus on your face.
Make this our fastest lap attempt. And hope that we have enough battery left. I don't think we will with Zhou. Should just about have enough with Fuji. We are going to drag Verstappen and Porsche onto the back of Piastri with us. Unfortunately. We have finally got that move done.
Full charge.
We are not going to get the fastest lap with Zhou's. Just not got the battery left. fall just short here with Fuji as well in terms of battery deployment.
No overtake now.
Very defensive move from Max in the background there. Wasn't quick enough.
Joe, keep focusing on our race. It's still long and everything can happen. Norris behind. He's 1.5 from you.
Trying my best.
No problem, no problem. Norris behind.
Just losing ground again, but
Do your best.
it's because I'm out of battery. Now Charles going to break away. Kimi coming back into the picture slightly as well.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Damn. We got squeezed.
Copy, man. I can't believe it.
Keep focus on our race. More charge.
Need to stay with Teo. And we are where we need to be. Not so much over here.
Yeah, copy.
Just a little sniff of second place there.
Is 2 seconds from you. Try to do your best, Jodar. Try to slow down a bit.
Copy.
Okay, Joe, you can move charge.
Go on, Norris, go through. I want you through. There we go. Get that battery refilled.
Keep focus on our race. You have to increase a bit more.
Right, can we stay in the DRS zone here?
Charge.
Yes, we can.
More charge.
Piastri's temps still a little high, despite running in clear air at the front.
Yeah, keep doing your best. Overtake available.
See you later.
At the moment they are going well. Gap ahead is 4 seconds. If you can, try to push more.
I think my best chance of getting the fastest lap bonus point is going to be with Fuji. I'm going to keep pushing with Zhou. We have gotten to a personal best there. And we have broken away from Norris. Don't have enough battery for Fuji to have a crack at fastest lap yet. Piastri's pulling away. His engine may be trashed, but it's still good enough.
No overtake.
.144.0, fastest lap. Oh, it's a 142.9. We're not even close.
More charge. More charge.
I get really lucky and get onto the back of Leclerc here.
Do your best there, Joe.
No, here's the answer. I'll go one more lap pushing like this. Hope that I can do it. I think I lost the DRS to Max. I did. Damn it. Managed to get it back though. Just about. And we're now into slipstream range.
Okay, do your best there. Try to cool down as much as possible.
Copy.
Try to cool down a bit more on your tires.
Copy. Copy.
We should try to close a bit more the gap there.
Carry enough speed through these corners. Yes. There we go. Right. Got onto the back of Charles.
Keep focus on
We're definitely going to get a good shout of a podium tonight. But I think second may be the best we can do, unless Oscar's car goes, oh, for fuck's sake, and gives up.
Copy.
Which you might do. Engine temps, they're okay. They're not overheating at the moment. I think his car might just limp through, you know. Alright, fastest lap attempt coming up at the end of this lap for Fuji.
Not much more I could do there.
Do your best, man. Behind Norris.
It's not easy.
So my hope is that we can get past Max at the beginning of the lap. We've got a yellow flag. Is that Ocon spinning out or into the wall? Not purple in the first sector. Damn it. Another yellow flag.
Mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy.
We've got a yellow flag here.
So we had a very quiet first half of the race. It's all kicking off in the second half here. As soon as we boxed, that's when it all started to go wrong for everybody.
I got hit.
It's not going the way that...
No management is required.
Oh, it's factory again. Well, he won't pick up another penalty, but he still has one to be added to his lap time or his race time at the end. Oh, fault for Leclerc.
Quiet, big vibration.
Joe, keep
Still
focusing
couldn't get
on
fastest
the
lap.
race.
What did we do? A 144.2.
Still longer, everything can happen.
Again, we're not even close. No fastest lap for us today. Let's see if we can catch Oscar. There he is. Could we be on for our first win?
Okay, more charge, more charge.
Copy.
You can slow down a bit.
Copy.
Don't know how much tyre wear he's got left. I'm not going to look.
No lift off.
Yeah.
Try to increase your pace. Okay, more charge, more charge.
Copy.
One 145.2 for Oscar. 145.1 for us. 145.9 for the cars behind. Leclerc ups his pace at 144.7. Nearly 2 seconds quicker than Joe on that lap, although we did do a lot of harvesting on that lap. The gap is 4 seconds. We have 9 laps to go, including this one. Leclerc has just left me behind. We've lost another couple of tenths to Piastri on this lap. He comes up to the line and does 145.9. 146.3. Oh, not a good lap.
No lift off anymore.
Copy.
No tire management required.
I don't think we're making any inroads at all, even turning the tyres up. I don't know how much he's got left grip-wise. I don't know whether I can get away with pushing my tyres and at this stage. We are closing back in on Charles, but then we're in push mode, so no surprise there.
No problem, no problem.
Another issue for Nagel.
We need some lift off.
Copy.
I think 5th is the best we can look to achieve tonight with Zhou. But what can we do with Fuji? Max and Porsche are closing us down. We were still slower on that last lap.
More charge, more charge.
Copy.
Albon is into the pits. New nose cone for the soft tyres. Off go those hards. He's so far behind. You know, he's not going to be doing much from there. And I'm still losing time to Piastri. Anybody boxes now, it's game over, I think. We know we need about 18 seconds, so if Oscar were to box this lap, which I don't think he's going to do, but if he were, he'd come out behind Charles and Zhou. And I would immediately put Zhou in full-on defence and try and slow him down. 146.0 and 146.4, we just don't have the pace. When we're not in the DRS, we don't have the pace. It's frustrating. This is what I was alluding to earlier, that when you are just that little step short of the pace you need, it's so frustrating.
And remind to protect the front.
Copy.
Looks like we are going to be just unable to capitalise again. Let's take a look at Piastri's engine. He's all right. Just caught a glimpse of his tyres there as well. They're about the same as ours. So, yeah, we're not going to catch him. Best we can do now, then, is to try and stay ahead of the cars behind. So, to that end, I'm going to start to bank a little bit of fuel and a little bit of extra tyre. Refill the battery a touch as well. Zhou will hopefully be able to hold off Charles Leclerc for 5th, but I would love to hold on to 2nd. Max is going to get me here, which is fine. I want him to go through so that I can rebuild the battery and save those tyres. I'm still hanging on to the very faint hope that something might happen to Piastri's engine in the last lap or two.
More charge, more charge.
Copy.
Joe, we need to increase the lift off.
Yeah.
More charge.
Copy.
So second and fifth, that is the target.
Copy.
Antonelli drops out of the points as Valtteri Bottas has jumped in, but let's not forget 5 seconds will be added to Valtteri's time. I think Max got ahead of us just before the detection point. Yes, he did. Excellent. So we get the DRS again, and our battery is almost full now.
Try to do your best, Jodar. Mode charge.
Copy.
Pray for his gearbox issues to come back. He's not got gearbox issues, it's his engine. His gearbox is fine.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
Right, AI is going to start bolting very soon.
No charge, no charge.
Copy.
Somehow Oscar is going to hang on, isn't he? Ah, he's living a charmed life at Cadillac. He's about, at this rate, he's going to be a triple world champion before the end of the season.
Copy.
No charge.
Copy.
No lift off.
Copy.
Okay, mode charge. Mode charge.
Copy. Copy.
All right. Have I gone too soon?
Overtake.
Copy.
Possibly with Zhou. Hopefully not with Fuji.
Yes.
You are doing a very good job there.
We've left Porsche behind. Just running out of steam in that McLaren. Max is throwing everything he's got at us to stay with us. Oh, shit, I've not been able to break him. Have been able to break Charles, just. Oh, no, not Pitt.
More charge.
Here comes Charles. He's getting a slipstream. He's not in DRS range, but he is getting a slipstream. Got to save the battery a little bit longer.
Use overtake.
Going to come down to the run to the line. I think we can get him. No, we can't. Maybe we can. Maybe we can. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No!
Piastri has done it.
We just
He's
got out of the slipstream
win.
just a fraction too soon. Lost a little bit of momentum. That was all it took for Max to hang on. We are going to get 5th place, though. It's a podium, though. 3rd place. 5th for Joe. But Piastri somehow not only able to win the race, but get the fastest lap with a car that was threatening to blow itself up at one point. Antonelli is going to finish in the points. He's going to take 10th place. Valtteri is going to drop down to 12th. Thanks to that penalty. Maybe even 13th, actually, with Perez there as well. Yeah, I think 13th for Valtteri. And Stoffel did manage to avoid getting lapped, but only because of the safety car. You want to see Perez's finish with Ocon? Yeah, it's very, very close. It says 0. There'll actually be a slight gap. We'll find out what it is. I didn't actually see who was ahead. You know, going into that sprint to the line. It will be more points for Haas. Lawson picking up 9th place.
That was a great performance from the Ferrari driver, wasn't it?
This podium is something the whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
They'll certainly be pleased to have made the podium. A job well done for sure.
Well, everybody, that's all from us here in Baku.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
That's a race I'm not looking forward to. So, confirmation of the final result. Oscar gets the win and the fastest lap somehow. Max finishes in 2nd. He gained 4 places from where he started. Fudo 3rd, gets us another podium and up 8 places from where he started. Porsche has to settle for 4th place in the end. Joe did manage to beat out Charles Leclerc. He'll take 5th, up 3 from where he started. Norris, 7th place. 8th for Logan Sargent. Much needed points for Mercedes there. Lawson up 6 places to take 9th. Antonelli, 10th. 11th on the road, but promoted up because of Valtteri's penalty. So that sees Ocon up to 11th. 12th for Perez, just 77 thousandths behind Ocon across the line. There is Valtteri with his 5-second penalty applied in 13th. And then it's Gasly in 14th. Iwasa 15th. 16th for Albon. 17th for Stroll. 18th for Tsunoda. 19th for George. 20th for Nagel. 21st for Stoffel. And Sainz, the only retirement. Into the driver's standings, 320 points for Oscar now at the top of the table. Picks up the maximum 26 today. Just 1 point for Kimi. And his title chances are now starting to fade. He's now 44 points behind. And Charles has put a little bit of pressure on. He's closed the gap to 20 in 3rd. We are on 196 points now with Joe, 181 with Fudo. So just 4 points away from getting one of our drivers into 200, into the 200s. And Fudo's only 15 points behind. We've got a big gap then to the cars behind. Max in 6th moves up a place, as does Porsche behind him. Both of them getting some strong points today. No points for Tsunoda. He drops down 2 places, still on 99 points. 1 behind Porsche now. And Stroll in 9th on 83 points. So RB on merit are actually outscoring McLaren at the moment, despite McLaren getting a good haul of points today. Norris is in 10th place. Then it's Valtteri in 11th. 12th for Pierre Gasly. 13th for Iwasa. 14th for Logan Sargent, up a place from where he started at the beginning of the day. On 11 points now. 3 ahead of George Russell, who drops down into 15th. Then it's Lawson with a couple of points for him. He's now just 1 point behind George. Haas seeming to find some consistency right now. Then it's Sainz, 17th with 1 point. 18th for Perez with a point. 19th, up 1 place for Ocon, but still no points for him. Ahead of Alex Albon, who drops to 20th. Ludwig stays 21st, and Stoffel is still in 22nd. In the constructor standings, it's 27 points for Cadillac and 25 points for us. We were never going to catch Cadillac this season. Given the margin, it's gone up by another 2 points now. They are 219 points clear of us. And it's almost mathematically impossible. Not quite, but almost mathematically impossible for us to catch them. Red Bull are a long way back in 3rd. We pulled out a nice 17-point additional lead over them today. So we have a 121-point gap to 3rd place. 2nd is looking very secure right now. RB in 4th, 182. Missed out on points today. And McLaren have hunted them down again. 18 points means they're now just 3 behind. And then it's Williams in 6th, 18 points for them, thanks to Max. They're on 145. Don't think they can catch either of the teams in front, but we shall see. No points for Sauber, but they are on 74 points. It's a good return for them. They do seem to have just tailed off a little bit in the second half of the season. Last year, they started badly, finished strongly. This season, they started strongly, and they're looking like they might finish badly. Mercedes have picked up 4 points. They're up to 12 now, but they are so far behind. Then it's Aston dropping down into 9th. No points today. Haas have tied them on 8 points apiece, but remain in 10th. And still no points for Alpine. And there we go. Look at that. Cadillac have matched us for the 1.799, the fastest possible pit stop time in this game. And they now share the record with us. Not a great day for our pit crew. We just about managed to stay on the leaderboard down in 8th place. Big points for Cadillac, which they desperately need. RB get 2 cars in the top 10, 3rd and 10th. Haas, again, picking up some big points, 4th and 5th. Williams getting some points with Verstappen. Alpine haven't scored for a couple of races. They get some points today. They will actually close the gap to us slightly by 2. and Red Bull pick up a couple of points as well. So let's see what the standings look like after today. We are top with 454 points. Haas up into second place now, 4 points ahead of Alpine, who drop into third, but 210 points behind us. So we are pretty secure at the top of this competition. Cadillac, big points for them. They are starting to close the gap back up to the cars in front, or at least Alpine anyway. Haas only dropped 3 points for them today. They're on 205 now. Then it's RB in fifth with 182. Aston with 144 in sixth. Red Bull have got 109 points. They are lagging behind quite badly this season. Williams on 61 points. Then it's Mercedes ninth with 48. Sauber 10th with 30. Still no sign of points on the horizon for McLaren. Let's take a look. There you see the stops at 2.0, just not good enough in this day and age now. 1.991, only just good enough for a couple of points. So, yeah, not the best weekend for our pit crew, but we'll see how things go in Singapore. Both drivers got their sponsor objective easily beaten. And, of course, as always, they also triggered their performance bonus, 8th or higher. So it's another 1.1 mil added to our bank balance. Let's get back to HQ. Suzuki Okada goes up to a 74. She's leaving us at the end of the season. We are 4 days away from Singapore. Are we going to get results of our last contract offer or two back today? We will find out in just a moment. We voted for a reduction in the cost cap by 5 million, and it has passed 6-5. Williams, Haas, RB, Cadillac, and Sauber all voting against. McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, Alpine, and Aston voting with us. So the cost cap will come down by 5 mil for next season. Not that we've really got close to the cost cap, I don't think. We have a spare suspension. Let's get that fitted on the car. There we go. We need to swap out a chassis as well. We are close to getting new chassis. We've got to swap out a front wing too. I don't think we're working on a front wing at the moment, are we? No, we're not. So we probably better make an extra couple of front wings. We also need to change the side pods. Ooh. We don't have a replacement. They failed on both cars by the look of it. So we're going to have to downgrade. Oh, that is unexpected. We will install a replacement rear wing. We're out of spare rear wings now, but we do have rear wings coming after this Grand Prix. So we don't need to worry about that. Chassis, 2 days away. Let's get these parts built or going into production before we finish. And there we go. Matthias Spinney has accepted an offer to join us for next season to replace Paolo Angelelli. I'll be kind of curious to see where he goes. See if he goes to replace Spinney at Sauber and potentially end up partnering up with Fudo again, who is already on his way there next year. 1 day to go. Continue, manufacture. So we'll start with the underfloors. We're not going to get a huge boost with these, but we'll get a little bit of a boost. Let's get 2 of those going, just to get them going. And then, what was it? Side pods. Yeah, we desperately need these. Let's get 2 of those going just to get them going, and then we'll start allocating out remaining funds once we've got all the parts underway. Chassis are the most expensive parts on the car, 5.5 or 550k each. Let's see. They're worth actually quite a bit in terms of outright performance gains. Let's get 2 of those going. Let's go with 3. And we've got 1 mil left. Let's up the underfloors to 3. And we'll up the side pods to 3. And that leaves me with 188k. I don't have enough money to do anything else. Let me check our facilities. Team Hub needs a refurb / upgrade. Can't afford to do either. Hospitality area has now broken. That's going to just have to be a refurb. It's 220k. Can't even afford that. Not worried about the boardroom still. Weather center. I'm not worried about that at the moment. So yeah, got some expenses coming up pretty soon. What is the weather going to be like at Singapore? It's going to be wet on qualifying day on Saturday, but it will be dry and quite warm on Sunday. Looking at a 2-stop. But the question is whether we go medium, medium soft, or medium soft, soft, or soft, soft, medium. We'll see what we do with that. Probably soft, soft, medium. What else do we need to do? We need to check in with the boards. They should be delighted. They are delighted. We have not heard back from Giovinazzi or Schumacher. Not yet. So we will find out before we go to COTA. So we'll find out at the end of tomorrow night's race. Well, not tomorrow night, sorry, Monday night's race. Whether or not they will be joining us next season in developmental and marketing roles. Certainly not going to be putting either of them in the car. But we shall definitely welcome the extra help improving our performance in terms of upgrades next season. Let me take a quick look at our season so far in Ferrari. There you see we have scored 356 points, although that's missing, I think, the sprint points for some reason. No wins in Grand Prix or sprints, but we have had 2 pole positions and 7 podiums now. So we are making progress. We just aren't quite quick enough. But 3 of the 4 new parts are now into production. They will be ready for both cars when we get to COTA. And the rear wing, we may have to rush it, but it will be ready as long as nothing happens to the design center in the next couple of days. The rear wing will also be available to go on the car for COTA as well. So we are looking potentially at a really big performance step on Tuesday. But we've got to get through Singapore first. And that one is going to be tricky because, I mean, let's just take a look at the circuit. I mean, you can see it's a mixture of everything. There's some high speed, some low speed, some medium speed, some long DRS zones, especially the DRS zone between turns 5 and 7. All of those are weak areas for us at the moment. There you see, if we look at Zhou's car, which is the better of the 2 right now, 20th in DRS, equal to Fudo's car. Downforce is not great. Dirty air is terrible. Speed isn't great. It could be a struggle to get good points tomorrow. I think the podium's beyond us unless there are major issues. But Cadillac are going to have brand new engines in both of their cars tomorrow. They are going to be so fast. Scary fast tomorrow. And you can't rule out, Charles Leclerc or Max or the RBs at this point either, because they're looking particularly pacey. Tsunoda in particular, and even the McLarens. Norris didn't have a great weekend today, but Porsche was up there again. So there's a lot of cars that could potentially finish in front of us tomorrow. I don't rate my chances. I think if we can get 5th and 6th, that would be a pretty strong result. Anything above that would be amazing. Anything below that would be maybe a little disappointing, but also a little expected as well. I might be being a little optimistic by targeting 5th and 6th tomorrow. Monday. We shall see. But that is it for tonight. Again, apologies for the late start, but we got it done. I will be back, hopefully, at the usual time of 8 p.m. on Monday. If you have enjoyed tonight's race, then do go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not yet subscribed, then why not consider subscribing? And hit the bell to be notified when I go live. Sometimes I don't always go live when I'm supposed to, like tonight. So getting those notifications will allow you to make sure you don't miss a live stream. And I will be back on Monday. Enjoy the weekends. We've got an interesting Chinese Grand Prix to get through this weekend. Can Hamilton convert his pole position into a sprint win? And can McLaren show the particularly potent pace that they have? It's going to be an interesting weekend. I will be watching the highlights with bated breath and hoping for another really interesting weekend. And then we will dissect all of that on Monday during practice for Singapore. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.